Hi, thanks for clicking on the video link. My name is Natalie Armstrong-Motin, and today in Idle Chat, I get to talk to Sid Kanazawa in Westwood, California, my old stomping grounds, the land of no socks and Botox. How are you today, Sid?
Good, good. Thanks for doing this.
Of course, it's my pleasure. I think Idle Chat is an absolute blast. It's a really fun way for us to get to know who our colleagues are. So, Sid, the name of the game is we sort through these cards, we find utterly mind-melting questions to ask. You give your best answer. There's no wrong answer. It's not that kind of game. We don't keep score, but we'll just sort through the cards here, see what we're going to talk about. All right. Sid, what game have you spent the most hours playing?
Basketball, probably. Yeah.
All right. What position do you play?
Well, anything that people let me play, but mostly a forward. Yeah.
All right. Are you an aggressive forward?
Um, I think that these days I'm just trying to survive on the court. That's it.
Just just hoping for the pickup game and a little bit of survival.
Yeah, just not get hurt. That's really the goal now. So yeah.
I think that's a good place for, people our age to start. Just don't hurt me.
Yeah.
All right. Sid, next card. Uh, which flavor of ice cream best represents your personality?
Represents my personality. I think some kind of mixed flavors because I enjoy change. I enjoy differences and all that. I'm from Hawaii, and in Hawaii we're kind of a combination of a whole bunch of cultures, and we grew up eating all kinds of food from different cultures and speaking in a way that blends all the cultures and things like that. So that's where I'm most comfortable. Yeah.
Well, I like that. You could be that Dairy Queen swirl.
Yeah, yeah, something that has multiple flavors in it. That's what I like. Yeah.
Ah, that's a really good answer. Good for you, Sid. All right, Sid, if someone narrated your life story, who would the narrator be?
Who would the narrator be? That's a good question. Who would the narrator be? I don't know. I think probably be my son or daughter, probably. I can't think of anybody that would know enough about me to narrate my story and all that. And um, it's been a long journey, and it's gone through a lot of ups and downs and ins and outs. And so I think that they've stuck with me and seen me at my best and at my worst. And so
Well, that's quite a compliment to you as a parent.
well, I don't know. I hope so.
It is. And Sid, since you admitted that you're from Hawaii, not like that's an enormous confession, but you mentioned that you're from Hawaii. I'll ask you this very divisive question. Does pineapple have any place on a pizza?
Definitely. Definitely. Love pineapple. We don't grow it in Hawaii anymore. I mean, there's small parts of it, but growing up, pineapple was everywhere. And I still love pineapple. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm team pineapple. I'll sit next to you at the table. Sid, fruits or vegetables?
Fruits, definitely fruits. Yeah.
Nice choice. Sir, if you had to write a book tomorrow, on what topic would you write?
Apologies, forgiveness, and reconciliation. I'm going to be teaching a course at Pepperdine on that topic. Peter Robinson started the course, and he asked me to teach next semester. And so I've been thinking about it a lot and looking for stories.
those are powerful stories. And Peter Robinson was a guest of ours on We'll Work for Food on that topic. He did a great presentation. Yeah, good for you. And Pepperdine.
Yeah, and yeah, I talked to Peter when he was, I guess it was before he wrote the book, but it was a long time ago. And I wrote an article about apologies and lunch many, many years ago. And in an article, I talked about how, as a trial lawyer, I got more done apologizing and having lunch with people than I did any other litigation tactic that I might have used. And I guess some of the stories that I told him way back, he remembered. And so this past summer, he asked me to teach the course in the spring. So that's what I'm going to do. And so, but it's daunting.
Congratulations.
I mean,
Yeah,
he's
well,
done a really,
congratulations.
really, he's done a really, really good job of putting together the materials and things like that, and thinking about the topic that I don't know. I hope I do him justice.
I have all the confidence in the world in you. I think you'll do just fine. All right, Sid, next card. What is the best compliment you've ever received?
That I'm kind.
That's a really good compliment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that I looked out for somebody or something like that. That's probably the one that chokes me up actually when I hear it.
Yeah. It's nice to be reminded that you're a good human. Yeah, that's a good one. Uh, Sid, do you by any chance have a favorite word as a man of academia?
Favorite word. Uh, I guess I'm sorry is where I would start. That um, you know I think that the word that I use over and over again is to figure out. It's not a word actually; it's possible. I was just talking about somebody to this is that everybody's concerned about what the next few years are going to be like and things, and I just recall that one of the things that I've always thought about is when something happens that you can't change. I always try to think about why is that the best thing that ever happened to me, and then that allows me to stop staring at the doors that have been slammed in my face and start looking for the doors that are open because of that situation. And so that's been sort of my mantra now is where's the open door? What is possible now because of what has happened? And um you know
That's an excellent outlook. I've always thought that happiness is a choice and it's a diet of the mind. You have to actively seek out the happy, the positive, the forward. Yeah, good for you. Seth, or Seth, Sid, my son-in-law's name is Seth.
uh,
Sorry. Sid, let's see. My camera stopped working all of a sudden. There, we're back. Sid, in an online video meeting, are you dressed for work or only dressed for work from the waist up?
only from the waist up. uh Yeah, that's been the best part about the online platform is that you don't have to have pants. That,
Or at least not hard pants.
yeah, I mean, I have to go look through my closet when I have to go out to find pants that I can wear and all that. So,
Love the honesty there. Me too. All right. Sid, if money and practicality were no problem whatsoever, what would be the most interesting way for you to spend that money just to get around?
um, I would go around the world. I mean, I've gone around the world once, and I'd love to do it again. I mean, it was just one of the best things that we did. Yeah.
Do you go by ship, by airplane, by train, a little
No,
combination of everything?
No, when we went, it was three classmates and I, after we graduated from law school. We went around the world for about $1,000. And back then, Pan American was flying and they had a deal for $1,000. They gave you a book, literally gave you a book of tickets. And you wrote your own ticket as you went around the world. And you know, you could go any place you want. You just had to complete the journey in 80 days. And and so we started and we went, I guess, west in to Hawaii and then to Japan and in that direction. And we just kind of continued along, and we were together and apart at various points in the trip. And there was no cell phone back then either. So we had to use American Express offices as our message points. And you know, if we missed somebody, we wouldn't see them for the rest of this trip. And so, you know, we really kind of had to figure out how to get together at various points along the way. But it was just one of the best experiences I've ever had. I mean, we didn't have money, but we had time. And I stayed at some places for $1 a day for room and board, breakfast and dinner. Excuse me.
Yeah, I remember traveling before cell phones with travelers checks and checking into the American Express office. And when my sister and I would get someplace, we'd go down and call. You were charged by the minute, and it was really expensive to
Yeah.
use the phone to call home. But we learned that if your message was less than 30 seconds, you didn't have to pay.
Oh, really?
And
I
so we could
didn't
pick up the phone and dial home and say, hey, we've made it. Everything turned out fine. We'll send you a postcard. Click.
know that.
Just that was it. That was
Yeah.
it. High contact, low content.
Yeah, no, that was a lot of fun. And it was just, and you know, one of the best travelers that we met along the way were Australians. And they seemed to you know, really take the time to travel and just kind of see the world and things like that. And so we had a lot of fun meeting people along the way that it's you know, I still think about it today. So it was great.
Well, you're really lucky to have had that kind of adventure. Good for you.
Yeah, no, and it taught me a lot too in terms of how different people in different parts of the world see things differently, and that you know, what they think is important and not important is really different. And I think now, I did not know that I would eventually become a mediator or arbitrator, but it certainly helped me both as a trial lawyer and as a mediator and arbitrator to try to figure out, you know, how other people are thinking about things and all that.
Yeah. Through what filter do they see the world?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and they see, you know, it's not that one is right or wrong, it's really that it's different, and you know, just trying to understand that.
Yeah. And I think you're right. I think there are some lessons that only travel and interaction can teach us. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Good for you.
when you
Like
get
a young
immersed,
woman.
when you get immersed in another culture, you're the one that's crazy, you know, because everybody else is thinking a certain way, and you're the one that is seeing things differently. But as a result of that, you can see things that other people can't see because they're just it's every day. It's nothing new, you know, that and that's what made it so interesting is that you can see things differently. And then when you come back, you see your own world in a different light because you've picked up a little bit of perspective from other people.
Yeah. Even your home is different when you get back.
Yeah.
I think that's so right. So right. All right, Sid. Oh, Sid, imagine it's the middle of the night and you hear something fall somewhere in your house. Are you the kind of person that pulls the covers up over your head, or do you jump up, run down, and investigate?
My wife would not let me pull the covers over my head. She'd push me out of bed and say, hey, go find out what that's about.
That's all you, my guy. All right. Well, Sid, I'm going to ask you the last question that I ask everyone who is courageous enough to join me for an idle chat. And that is to tell me a little bit about your practice and what you love most about the work that you do.
Well, I'm a mediator and an arbitrator in California and Hawaii, but most of my work now is online. And so I actually mediate cases around the world, and it's been, amazingly interesting. And I think that what I like the most is trying to figure out why people see the world, well, how people see the world, first of all, and then why they see the world that way. And I think it really becomes really interesting to kind of listen to people and try to figure it out. And it's amazing how just listening transforms the context of the interaction. And I feel like that's my contribution and way of helping people to get together and bring people together.
Well, it's a lovely contribution that you make. Sid Kanazawa,
Mm.
Westwood, California to Normandy, France. I really appreciate you joining me for an idle chat. It's been lovely getting to know you a little bit.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome very much. If somebody wants to reach out and say hello or aloha, what's the best way for them to find you?
My website is sklawmediation.com. And I am also associated with alternative resolution centers in California and arc.com, ARC for ADR.com. And then in Hawaii, I'm associated with the Dispute Prevention and Resolution group in Hawaii, DPR. And so, those are the ways that you can reach me.
All right, both good groups. Again, Sid, thank you so much for your time. I'm honored that you spent it with me.
Thank you. Thank you.